Well, I'm going to go ahead and introduce my guest here. This is Adrian Yanez, 10-3 overall. He's got an upcoming fight on Dana White's Contender Series, which we are all super stoked about. He's got an opponent, Asian dude out of Cali, Brady Hong, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But we're not here to talk about the opponent. We're here to talk about Mr. Yanez and getting his well-deserved shot over at the UFC Contenders, Dana White's Contender Series. My apologies there. Okay, your last fight was against Kyle Estrada in LFA. Okay, you guys went to fucking war. I do believe that is still my favorite fight, but I like both you guys, right? And since then, you've had some opponents. You've lost some opponents. You've lost some chances to get some fights in due to the whole pandemic. So let's talk about the roller coaster that was, between now and then.
Man, it's been a really big roller coaster, man. I was planning on fighting at least 4 times this year. I wanted to be super active. I wanted to be really active this year because I felt like I was there. I felt like, man, this shot that I got now, I felt like I was there. But I felt like a couple steps back. I didn't think I was as far as long as I was because, man, at a 10-3 record, I felt like I had to get at least to like a 14-3 or 13-3 to make it look a lot better. So, man, I just wanted to fight as much as I could this year. And, man, that fight, I was going to fight March 13th against the Dana White Contender Series vet, Ricky Tercios. I was going to fight him, and, man, it just literally hours before the event, they canceled the event, and I just remember just being just in such disbelief. I had worked so hard just to get to that point. We had cut weight, did everything. They were like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, but they canceled the event." Literally, like about 2 or 3 hours before the doors to the event opened, and I was ready to go. I had all my stuff packed. I was like, "Man, I got my stuff." I was like, "I already know where I want to eat after the win." I had everything planned out, but the cancellation threw everything in limbo. And then I had gotten the good news, which it was a little bit bittersweet, man. It was bitter, and I lost I lost the chance to fight that night. But I was told, hey, you're getting your shot in the Contender Series. So, man, I was up and jumping. I was up and I was excited around. I was running around. I was super excited. So it was a bittersweet moment, but then also the other part of the limbo is that UFC and everything, they had shut down, they shut down. There was literally no sports going on for about a month. UFC finally got up and running, and then you never knew if they were going to do the Contender Series this time around, or you just had that whole limbo roller coaster going on. And I had found out my opponent and everything, but they just kept pushing back. I had another opponent before Brady, but he pulled out. He had pulled out, so I found that crazy. I was like, man, you're gonna miss this shot. Then Brady stepped up. So, man, it's just been kind of a bit of a roller coaster. But, man, I'm super excited. I finally get my shot. I'm super excited that UFC went ahead and let the contenders roll forward. I'm just super lucky. I'm super blessed, man, to be in this position. I worked hard to get here, and we're taking full advantage to get that contract, man. I'm not leaving that cage without a contract.
Well, and see, that's the crazy thing too, that once they put the Contender Series kind of like not on hold, but they weren't sure that they were going to do it 100%, they started yanking fighters from the, guys that were lined up for Contender Series and, giving them short notice fights in the UFC on their fight cards with, on Yas Island and over at the Apex. So, I mean, I know we're super close to that fight. I mean, when is what is the date?
Man, August 11th, man, it's literally like now it's less than 2 weeks. Yeah, it's literally less than 2 weeks now, man. I'm super pumped, man. I'm ready for it to be like after I done cut weight and get to rehydrate. I'm ready for that day. I'm just ready for it, man.
Well, see, and that's what really surprised me too, is that you didn't get yanked for any, because I think there was a couple 35ers that had lost their opponents, and I'm just like, I'm waiting for that news. I'm waiting for that fucking tweet. I'm waiting for that call from Giannis saying, "Hey, man, I'm fucking there." You know what I mean? So I will say that was a little bit, that was a bummer for me. But the good news is we still get the chance to fight for the contract. And I really think that we got to stop wording it that way, both of us, right? I think this is your audition, and all you got to do is fucking impress, which, shit, do you do anything else? I mean, do you do anything else, man? Every time I've seen you fight, you've gotten better. Okay. I mean, like I said, your last fight with Kyle over at LFA, man, I still fucking want to see that shit fucking just on repeat over here. I just want to see it on repeat over here. It was such a good fight. You know what I mean? So I think the bosses over there, cage side, when they're watching you perform, I think they're going to see it. And I don't necessarily think that you're going to need to finish to get that contract. I think your boxing is just so crisp and so fluid. You know what I mean? You got those hands, bro. You got those hands. And I think that's just going to be enough. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man. I think it'll be enough, but man, I'm definitely searching for the finish, man. I can't let these stuff go to the judges anymore, man. As much as I love that fight with Kyle Estrada, man, that I felt like it. I felt like it shouldn't have been a split. I felt like I felt like it was mine. I felt like it was mine. The first round, I do give it to him, but the second and third round, I definitely took those rounds. Uh, but yeah, so even with that little scare, man, I'm just ready to start finishing people. I'm ready to start finishing people, man. Man, any decision that I've had that was a split, like I had like 3 split decisions already. One went my way, so 2 others didn't. Those 2 could have gone my way if you were judging damage. So man, I'm not. I do not want the judges telling me if I won or not. I want to tell everybody else like, hey, I knocked this guy out. I stopped this guy. I finished him. I want to show everybody, nah, I won. I won. That's what I want to start doing.
I definitely agree. And like I said, it was, bittersweet for me watching that fight because, I like both you guys. But at the end of the day, rounds 2 and 3, those were yours. Don't get me wrong, the rounds were competitive, and I do think that he did edge out the first one. But you came on strong there in the end. And when they said it was a split decision, I'm like, for
Yeah.
real, you know what I mean? So that was kind of like, wow, man, you gotta fucking, you really do gotta fucking be careful. You know what I mean? But like you said, you try to get some fights in between the Kyle win and now. And, due to COVID, things haven't necessarily been the easiest, to get a fight, but we got one. Talk to me about training. What types of, situations are you running into where you might have to make some adjustments?
We actually during this whole entire time, man, I started training once my leg healed because one credit to Kyle, he did mess up my leg and I actually had to stay off of it for quite a bit. Got back into training like kind of mid-December, end December. Started training camp in January for that March fight. Didn't really stop, man, because I was in shape. And then also like while my stuff canceled, the UFC ran for a couple more weeks. So I was trying to train. I was trying to get there because I was like, man, you never know. They might pop up and be like, hey, short notice. Then they were off for like a couple weeks, like a month or so. I was still training during that time because, man, what else am I gonna do? I'm a fighter. I want to train. I want to do all that. But I still kept training like I had a fight coming up. My management team was telling me like, hey, just stay in shape. You never know, something's gonna come up. And then a couple things were a couple of times I was slid into the option. I was like my name was in the mentions, but nothing came about it. Man, I was actually supposed to fight February 8th as well for uh February 8th when they fought in Houston. Like my name was thrown in the mix, but they ended up going with with some other people. So man, no harm, no harm, no foul, man. I was just happy to be in the mix, but man, like this whole entire time during training, man, like our gym shut down. We ended up finding a little warehouse where we just set up a whole bunch of mats and just doing old school, man, just mats and just training with the people you got. And then finally, we got worked out into another gym. Metro Fight Club joined with O Athletic, and now we're having the MMA program over there. Uh, so it's a big facility, like a 24-hour fitness mixed with MMA. Like you have MMA stuff there, boxing and everything. So we're running the MMA program, and we're getting an abundance of training, and we're all staying COVID safe. If somebody's feeling off, hey, you got to go home. Yeah, you get out of here. Man, we had three of us. Three of us are fighting on the contenders. Me, myself, Leo Mano Martinez, and Jacob Silva. We're all fighting. We're all fighting for the contenders. So we have to be super safe, man. We can't be around. We can't be around too many people, man. We're not trying to accidentally be get sick with COVID, and then all of a sudden we're off the fight card. We're off. Like we lose our chances. We don't want to do that. We want to stay healthy, stay consistent, and then whenever we get into the UFC, we get our contracts. Hey, man, we want to continue to fight because, man, if like you don't know what's gonna happen, you might get the next big shot, you know. So you just never know.
Well, and a lot of guys too, especially in the lower weight classes, you know what I mean? They'll come into the UFC, and if you come off the Contender Series, it's kind of like Dana White. I don't know how to say it. Like those are his guys. The Contender Series, the Ultimate Fighter. You see him, like kind of maybe giving them like special fights or special spots on the card, so you could come in and like headline the prelim or something like that, or come in straight off the Contender Series to a top 15 opponent. You know what I mean? It seems that Dana White kind of does that sort of thing. So we're going to get through Brady here on the 11th, and then we got a UFC contract. Now, that's pretty well into the future, right? Now, have you given any thought to who you would like to face in your UFC debut?
Man, I have done my best to not look past this August 11th fight, man. I'm like strictly Brady in my head. Cause man, you start looking past the fight, you start looking past like the actual day, you start planning for future. You're like, man, whenever I'm in the UFC, I want to get this matchup. I want to fight this guy. I want to fight that guy. Man, like you have a very well equipped opponent right in front of you, Brady Hung. Man, he's a good fighter overall. Me myself, like me watching him, I'm just like, man, I think I'm gonna start this guy. I think I'm gonna start him in the first round. So I'll do what I'll say is man, the possibilities, man. I get the contract, the possibility of getting the contract, and then moving forward right after that, man. I would just like to get a fight in, man. I would like to fight a couple guys. Man, of course, everybody wants to fight the legends. You know, there's like you see some old school people back then. You see some old school people like, man, one of my dream fights. Like I'll talk about dream fights. I always wanted to fight like a Riot Faber, and those guys. But like if I'm being quite honest, man, those guys will probably be retired by the time I get to that top five position. One of my dream fights has always been like Jose Aldo. That would have been amazing, but at the same time, that those are only dream fights. For possibilities of those happening anytime soon, probably not big. They probably don't want to fight like a no-namer. If I get into the UFC, they don't want to fight a no-namer. Like I had to build my way up and build my name and get those fights. But first and foremost, I have to start Brady Hung.
Okay, and let's talk about the opponent just a little bit, just a little bit. All right. Now, what does this guy do well that could pose issues while you two are fighting?
Man, he has sharp punches. They don't have any extra sauce on them. They're just very, to me, I feel it's very robotic, but at the same time, you still have to watch out for those type of punches because he's very robotic. It's very not. There's no load up. It's just quick. It's just a quick down the pipe, and then the 1, 2, 3s is very robotic, man. But he does. But I'm looking at him. I'm just like, man, he doesn't move his head. He doesn't move his head very well. He doesn't move laterally very well. He moves forward and back, not very well side to side. And then when he gets in trouble, the way he shoots, leaves him for a lot of openings, man. I will say he does have good jiu-jitsu. So like, if I were to take him down, he knows to get back to his guard and knows how to pop back up to his feet. But honestly, I'm the boxer. I'm the stand-up fighter. I want to knock him out. I want to starch him. And what I was saying earlier about his hands being robotic, that works perfectly for me. Go ahead. Like an unorthodox person that would throw wild stuff, that guy is actually would be a little bit more dangerous because I don't see that on a day-to-day basis. I see punches like Brady's on a day-to-day basis, and I am ready, and I'm ready to counter. I'm ready to even like just expose the openings that are there. I think I'm gonna start this guy, and it's gonna be in the first round. There like in my head, I've starched him in the first round every single time, except probably like about 5 to 10% that I've thought about it. If he tries to push me up against the fence, it might go into the second round. But I've been working so well on my wrestling and the anti-wrestling and just getting away off the fence that I don't see him leaving that first. I think I knock him out cold.
Okay, and who have you brought into this camp? And I know it's been a very extended camp, but since you found out that you were going to be fighting Brady, who have you brought in to emulate these robotic punches?
Man, I have a couple training partners. Man, I'd rather just see technical work, man, because his punches they don't look like they don't extend enough. And for me, you never know. You never know what he's worked on. So I just keep the same people around me, like my same contender series training partners. I got Leomano Martinez and Jacob Silva. I have these other amateurs who are up and coming. That actually somewhat throw like Brady. You know, they're still kind of in that phase of just throwing the 1-2. And I've been working with some Thai fighters, that would come in, and their punches, if they're doing it right, they shoot down the middle too. And I've been having good sparring sessions with them. Brady's a little bit more karate style, but his punches, anybody who he's knocked out, I'm just saying I would have finished his opponents off way faster, way better. If we look at resumes and we stack each other's resumes up, man, I'll tell you right now, mine blows his out the water. His only loss was to a guy that's in the UFC, but he got knocked out by him. Me and my 3 losses. Levi Miles, which is a very tough guy, and that was early in my career. Then my next 2 losses are to guys who are in the UFC right now. Split decisions, which could have gone either way, depending if you judged damage or control. So, man, I just feel like this is all around just a great fight. But back to that, I've also brought in some wrestlers. Man, I have a 170 guy in Derek Ajade and another tall guy in Jason Langolier, because Brady is a little bit taller and longer, so I have a couple bigger guys. Derek Ajade is a phenomenal wrestler, so he's been shooting in on me, and I've been stuffing some takedowns from him. And I've been working with Jason, so I've been able to get inside on Jason. Very tall, the dude's 6'3", so he has long arms, so I'm able to get inside. So I've been working with different sizes and different people, so man, you just never know, because you can see the stats on somebody, but once you actually get in there, you'll finally find out. So it's better to diversify your training camp so you're ready for everything. Because he might be a stand-up fighter, but then want to shoot. He might be a wrestler, but then want to box. So, man, I'm just ready for all of it.
All right. And for my next question here, I seen that you've been having a little fun with social media, and you've teamed up with some new sponsors and whatnot. And I got to hear the story on how you hooked up with my guy.
Man, honestly, it was through my management team. I had needed some shin guards, and because the ones that I had them for a couple years. Man, I don't like asking for anything. I'm just one of those guys. Like, I if I can't get it myself, I don't want to ask the next person to get it for me. But I was
Sure.
in I was in need for it. My girlfriend was like, "Hey, you absolutely need some new things. You might as well ask them before you buy them on your own." And I was like, "Well, I talked to Jacob Parga at Radio Sports Agency. And he's like, yeah, man, like, I'll hit up this first company and hit up HKA, and they sent them to me, and I was like, man, these are absolutely great shin guards, and I really loved them. That my girlfriend, like, I was bragging about them to my girlfriend like a lot. That my girlfriend bought me some matching gloves, and so I was like, man, this is amazing, and that's whenever Nick had messaged me and we started talking, and I was like, dude, I actually love your training gear. My girlfriend actually bought me the matching gloves because I was talking about the shin guard so much, and we started having more dialogue. And in my head, luckily I had got them before I did the promo shoot in the Contenders. So I was like, man, they've done good to me. So let me see, like, if I like let me see if I can use these gloves during the promo, and they let me use them. And man, from there they just, like, it aired, and then Nick hit me up and was like, "Hey man, thank you so much," like, and just started sending me a whole bunch of gear. Which, man, I'm telling you right now, that gear that I got, hands down my favorite. Hands down my favorite. I love the MMA gloves. I I love he has the padded MMA gloves. The ones that you can work on the bag, hit the bags. I just used those yesterday hitting mitts and wrestling. Man, by far my hands felt protected. He sent me some boxing gloves, man. He got me some black leather gloves, and man, they felt really, really great. I absolutely love HKA, man. I have nothing but good things to say about him. But yeah, man, he even sent over some masks. They have the little pocket filter, during this whole COVID-19 stuff. So, man, I absolutely love HKA, man. They've been nothing but good to me, man.
Nick's a great guy. Nick's a great guy. Me and him started working together. We're both trying to grow each other's brand. I'm HeadKick Audio, so my initials are HKA. And I had seen this gear company on social media, and I'm just like, HKA USA. I think I need to talk to this guy.
Yeah.
And literally one conversation, it's only blossomed from there. And just like you, I have nothing bad to say. I can only say good things. Not only is he, just one of the most genuine people I've ever freaking met, but his gear is, dude, it's the best. It's the best. It holds up. I mean, you can't even tell that I use mine. That's how good quality this shit is.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, man. I absolutely love them, man. It's really great gear, man. I went shin to shin with a couple people on my shin guards, man, and usually in my older shin guards, man, I'd be feeling it the next couple of days, but man, I don't even feel hurt. Like, it doesn't sting or anything like that. I can throw comfortably, throw my left kick and right kick comfortably, man. I've caught a couple elbows, and still, man, I still feel protected. It's great gear. I absolutely love HK.
All right. I want to shift gears again because we know I'm a fatty, right? Okay. So you haven't been able to compete since Kyle Estrada, right? But we have a bigger fight coming up at the Contender Series. Now, this is a big deal, not only for your record, we're looking to improve to 11-3, but also for your career, because Contender Series means the UFC. The UFC means, I mean, shit, you made it. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. That's the goal, is to get in the UFC, climb the ranks, and eventually fucking, you know what I mean?
Oh
Wrap
yeah.
that belt around your waist. But I'm salivating because I have a feeling that your victory meal after this Contender Series, it's got to be epic. It's got to be like of epic proportions. So why don't you inform me what you're having, and maybe I'll do the same.
Man, I have a couple places lined up even after the fight, and then the next couple of days after, man. I have a whole thing, man. Since it's on a Tuesday, my coach is telling me that he knows a spot in Las Vegas that has really good pizza. So maybe, hopefully, if they let us sit down and eat, then hey, man, I want to sit down and eat at that place. But if we got to take it for takeout, I don't mind going back to the hotel and sitting down and eating that pizza, man. When I fly back, there's a place called Los Primos Fajita hot dogs. Yeah, I'm telling you, the man knows what he's doing. The man grabs the Hawaiian bread.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But he has it in the hot dog shape. Throws in some marinade, his own marinated fajita in there. Then he throws queso, and then some salsa, and then you had to ask for this, but he throws up some crunched up hot Cheetos on top of it. Oh man, I'm telling you right now, it's amazing. And you can get, I think it's called La Prima or El Loco or something like that. He'll throw some grilled onions and some jalapenos on there. Oh, dude, not even it. Since he actually has like an actual place now. Oh man, he has like burgers. He has a whole big thing. It's some good stuff, man. And then also on Saturday, I'm planning on eating really big, man, because I've been on a strict diet since the beginning of the year. Like I have not strayed off the path, man, because I just knew that there might have been opportunities coming up. Man, I've been walking around fight weight since January, so I'm just ready to fight and then have my cheat meal. But then also I had to go back into eating healthy because man, I want I want a short notice call right after, man.
Okay. Well, whatever that place is, you need to text that to me. So it's in Texas, right?
Oh, it's in Texas, yeah.
Okay. Well, I was planning on, getting out to Cali and New Mexico and then, hopefully eventually Texas before this whole COVID shit hit. Because, I interview a lot of fighters. A lot of them invite me to come out and train with them. And even though I get my ass kicked, it'd be kind of funny to see me getting thrown around by, UFC guys, LFA guys, you know what I mean? Plus, I could soak up some knowledge, you know what I mean? And get to hang out with the guys that I've only been able to see through on a screen, whether it be via Skype or while they're fighting on my UFC Fight Pass or whatever. You know what I mean? So I had lots of invites, and then fucking COVID, dude. Fucking COVID. And I was taking fucking notes every time because, I'm a foodie. So I asked these questions, and I was taking notes. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. I had a fucking plan, and then this shit just fucked everything up.
Oh man, as soon as it covers over, man, you hit up Texas, you hit up Houston, man. I'll find some spots for you, man. I'll find some spots. There's a barbecue place. I forget the name of the exact name, but it's a really good place. I got pizza for you. You want barbecue? You want pizza? You want the fajita hot dogs? Man, just let me know. I got you whenever you're down here in Houston.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so again, Contender Series. This is a big fucking deal. We're all very fucking excited for you. All of us. Even John. You remember Big O John?
Yeah.
Crazy J? Yeah. He's even fucking saying, hey, man, fucking Giannis, did you see that shit? I said, bro, I saw that shit. You know what I mean? He's fucking stoked. My wife fucking hears me talking about you all the time. She's fucking stoked. I talked to Nick just yesterday, I think. He's fucking stoked. We're all fucking really pumped for you to fucking go and knock this shit out of the park and get that fucking contract. Because, you've already deserved it. You've the fight with you and Kyle, that should have been in the UFC. That should not have been in the LFA. You know what I mean? I'm glad that we got the fight, but that was a UFC caliber fight, dude. That was a UFC caliber fight. You know what I mean? So we're very happy for you. We're very stoked. I can see you fucking you're fucking ready to go today.
I'm super ready, man. I got training in an hour and 15 minutes. So man, I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. I don't need no pre-workout anymore.
Well, look, I want you to, because we still got some time, I want you to stay safe. I want you to stay ready. I want you to just fucking focus, and fucking go get this W, because that's what's most important, is getting this W. And then when they fucking sign that contract, when they sign that contract, then you can eat, okay? Then you can eat. Then you can call your boy and we can fucking celebrate, all right? But like I said, until then, I need you to fucking focus and stay safe. That's the main thing. You know what I mean? Because it's not just injuries that you have to worry about right now. Yeah. We're still in the middle of this fucking pandemic, so you got to worry about COVID too. And it sounds like you and your training partners and your coaches, you guys are all going through to great lengths to ensure that all three of you guys make it to the fight. You know what I mean? So I'm really happy that y'all are taking this serious because, dude, I would fucking be so crushed if you couldn't fight for this opportunity.
Oh yeah, man. Man, I'm telling you, man. I know it's literally less than 2 weeks. So I am taking every single precaution. But I know a part of me just having that little bit of like, I'm getting a little bit claustrophobic just sitting around, not being able to do much, man. But I'm 100% taking it 100% seriously, man. I know some people that had some bad run-ins with COVID-19. You know, my prayers go out to them. I've seen what it does, man. So I don't want to catch it. Man, I had a close scare with my brother. My brother caught it, and for him, whenever he caught it, he said it was terrible. It was bad. It was like the worst set of the flu that he's ever had. It was just super bad. But once he got over it, he started feeling better. You know, he's able to catch up. Two of my teammates had caught it, and we were super safe. And I got tested 3 times, three negatives. So hey, I'm on my P's and Q's. But then when they caught it, one of my training partners was telling me, he's like, man, he was sick for about a week to 2 weeks. He was out the gym for a while, and finally he got over it. But we're all training, we're all fighters, so we're all healthy. But just imagine if he wasn't as healthy as he was, man. It could have been a lot worse. So it's a serious thing. Whenever some people catch it, you know, some people are asymptomatic, but so it's not as serious. But man, you just don't know about these things. It's a little hectic. It's a little crazy. So you want to stay safe no matter what.
True, and you know, I'm selfish as fuck, and I want to see you get this W. Okay, I'm not gonna be shy about it. I'm selfish as fuck. I want to see my boy go out there, get a W, get a contract. You know what I mean? Then we could go catch COVID. I don't give a fuck. But you know, also, I know what this means to you. I know you fucking put in the work. This is a fucking huge deal, and I would hate to see it get taken away because of something like that. So, like I said, it's fucking, what is it, the 30th? So I think we got 12 fucking days.
Oh, yeah.
12 days.
Pumped.
All right.
Ready.
Now, of course, you know the drill, right? We've come to the point in the interview where, unfortunately, we got to say goodbye. But not before you shout out anybody you'd like to shout out because, again, we've picked up new sponsors, okay? We got training partners, coaches, whatever. So go ahead, man.
Man, I got to give a big thanks to my coach, man, Saul Solis. He grew me. Like, I had one amateur fight, and then from then I went to, I was introduced to Saul Solis. And from there on out, I've had my whole entire amateur career and my pro career. He's done a wonderful job getting me ready for every single one of my fights. If it wasn't for that man, I wouldn't be in the position I am today. He's mentored me a lot, so I got to give him the biggest thanks. I know he doesn't like taking. He's the type of guy that doesn't like no, just you don't have to say my name or anything. But I'm gonna say his name because the man deserves it. He needs his credit. Also, man, I have a lot of my friends and family, my brother, my mother, my girlfriend. They've helped push me and get me here. Iridium Sports Agency, if it wasn't for them, you know, I don't know how further away from this spot I would have been. Also, my my sponsorship, HKA, man, they've done a great job. They supplied me literally with all my training gear for this upcoming fight, August 11th. I got the shin guards, boxing gloves, MMA gloves, the puffy MMA gloves, and then hand wraps, and even for fighter safety, mask. So they're even HKA and Nick and all those everybody over there with HKA has been trying to keep me safe. So man, much respect, much love. Also, so right, dude. That little training tool is amazing. That thing has helped me out a lot. Like I didn't know how much that little U shape or W shape thing would work. I didn't think it would work, but after using it a couple times, I was like, dude, they're onto something. But yeah, man, big shout out to everybody and anybody new that wants to hop on the team Yanez, man. Hey, man, I welcome you with open arms, man. Hey, no haters over here, man.
Well, again, you know I'm a big fan. You know what I mean? I don't think I've interviewed anybody more times than I have with you. You know what I mean? And I'm stoked. I'm fucking super pumped and, very excited for you to get this opportunity. And, dude, I'm fucking ready. I'm about to go. I'm gonna fuck somebody up right now. So hopefully nobody jumps over my wall or something because they're going to get a beating. But look, man, I'll be watching on the 11th, okay? And my wife, she likes to watch all the pre-fight bullshit, you know what I mean? She likes to watch all that, and I usually don't. But my ass is going to be glued to that seat watching all the fucking buildup for this fight, man. I'm fucking stoked. I'm very happy for you, and just all I need from you is to stay safe and go kill it, bro.
Oh yeah, man. Thank you very much for the opportunity to interview, man. I love it. I love coming on, man. It's one of my favorites, man. I absolutely love it. Hey, anytime, man. Anytime something comes up or man, you just need somebody on the side for somebody, man. I'm 100% on, man.
Well, I'd like to get one of these done in person, so this COVID shit needs to calm down, man. This shit needs to calm down.
Oh
So,
yeah.
again, stay safe, make it to the fight, and like I said, we'll see you in 12 days, man.
Oh yeah. 100%. Let's go.
All right, man.